All right, hot button topic right now in the NFL. J.J. McCarthy, Minnesota Vikings. Thought we'd dive into the tape from yesterday against Green Bay. All right. Now, this is something that you guys know I talk about a lot, is the pure progression type offense versus the full field rated out based on coverage. I know Minnesota is a lot of pure progression. I don't know how much, but that's going to come up in this tape quite often. Okay, so nice job right here, just a hard play action. Now I'd love to see him let it rip. You kind of see the hesitation, hang on the back foot. I'd like to see him be able to make this throw right here. You know, one of the things that I think JJ struggles with, he struggled with it at Minnesota, something that he was going to have to work on coming out, was his ability to get the ball up and down, to throw with more touch. So everything isn't driven 100 miles an hour and on a line, where right here, there's a nice window. Turn, lay it out there, and one of the reasons I believe that he's had struggles with his accuracy is because everything's thrown 100 miles an hour. So if you throw it 100 miles an hour and you miss, you miss. If you put a little air under it, it allows your receivers to be able to adjust a little bit. So here, right, you see the hesitation right there. I think the window's there to let it go. He hesitates, has to take a quick hitch, but still able to fit it into that window on a rope for a nice play. So you'll see obviously some moments where he can make some big time throws. He's got the arm and all of that. But to me, it's more about the touch and to be able to engage the body and take the arm out of it. There's times you see his arm move so fast. Okay, so this is interesting because, okay, so we snap the ball, his eyes go this direction. Okay, start in that direction. So I'm not really sure why, unless maybe he's checking some protection or something, because right after that, his eyes come back, and where do they go? They go back here to where they have this, what I call a wrap combination. It's a hook with a wrap over the top of it. Okay, so here's where the pure progression stuff starts to enter in a little bit. That, for me, if I'm running this play, I'm coming back, and as soon as I see a quarters cover, so as soon as I see a safety that's in a position to stay inside that in and take it away, I am off this side. I'm telling myself, once I get quarters, not this side, I'm trying to figure out what I have over here. So I've got this, I've got a little hook here, and then we have what we call a 7-stop over here. So for me, once I see quarters, I'm off of that. I'm going to go read this outside linebacker. He pushes through to the swing there. Now I'm thinking 7-stop to this inside hook based off of this next defender. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. But JJ comes back, and you see he comes back and he's looking at this. Like, there's nothing here for us. This guy's here to play match coverage on this. We've got an inside player right here that's free to be able to drive that one. So we really have nothing here. I would want to see him get back to the other side or get there almost right off the bat. You could verify that you've got quarters, then get back to the other side right now. Now, I don't know if it's pure progression. Or are they telling him start over here and then work to the top? I'm not really sure, but he's there too long. So, and again, there's some quick pressure that comes here. And I don't know, even if he comes to that other side, if he's got time to obviously be able to read anything out. But I think if he comes back over there, he's at least got a shot to make this throw by looking at, what's over there and then just kicking out the swing when he feels the pressure instead of missing it. Okay, I'm always about details too. So we're going to run a 7-stop over here. 7 is a corner. Okay, stop is off of the corner. I'm all about detail. So if I'm the receiver over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push up and push vertical. Okay, now I'm right here. This corner's outside of me, which is exactly where I want him to be. But what I don't want to do on this route is I don't want to cross over and get outside of him and leave him to the inside on this 7-stop. So I want to push up, and I'm going to push through this corner. I'm going to attack the inside number of this corner, as I'm running a corner route. But the corner, so when I turn around, I have leverage and I have him on my back. And again, these are just little details to me that are so important. See how he gets outside of him? He gets outside of him to stop. If he was running, right, if he was staying to the sideline and running a bench route or a corner route, great, get outside of him, win with leverage. Here, you get outside of him and you allow him to stay back inside of you. So even if J.J. McCarthy was there and this guy jumped here and this guy jumped here and I wanted to throw this, the technique of this route doesn't give me a chance anyways. again, these are little things to me, little details that become so important in the course of a game. All right, I just put this on here because I mentioned something on our show Game Day Morning yesterday where I don't think JJ is a naturally accurate thrower or a natural thrower of the football. Okay, and what that means is the ability to engage your core and allow your core to lead you. Athletes, when you do athletic things, your body controls you. Your body leads you. It's not about your arm, but it's about the control of the body. And so here, he's just throwing a little screen. And you can see how bad he misses this screen right here. And you see how far his arm and how much movement he has with his arm to make a 5-yard throw. We don't need all that. I want to see him control the stroke, shorten it, almost throw it like a dart, and allow his body to lead these throws. I see too many of these like easy little throws that seem to be hard. He's fighting it because he's trying to make all this movement with his arm on a 5-yard throw, and he misses some easy ones. So I wanted to throw that in there just because it's something that I see from him a lot. You know, a lot of movement with the arm and, you know, less engagement and power being created with the body. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, and this is a concept that we'll see a lot of teams run. Okay, so it's a stick concept here, and then they come back to some sort of spacing over to this side. Okay, and so a lot of teams with the pure progression say start left and work back to the right. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. I'm a numbers guy. I think the game is all about numbers. And so when I'm in a position here and I see these two guys in an outside position right here, not a huge fan. Now, I mean, it could work out where this guy gets depth, that guy covers one of the two, and we have the other one. But when I see this guy drop off into a soft coverage, what I'd like to do is read here first. If he buzzes, then I'm going to work back to my 2-on-1 inside off the next guy because I've got the numbers that I like. Okay, so you see right there, it's what I'm talking about up top. If you're looking up top, right, you see how the two guys drop it down and they got all the numbers right there to squeeze that away. And then you see what we have on this side. I think he could have taken the hitch if he wanted it, if he was over here first. And then this guy buzzes. So now we've got a 2-on-1 off of this next backer, and we've got numbers. We've got 3-on-2 over there where we have an advantage. I would love to see him just work straight to the right side as soon as he sees the corner go off on the right side. Now, again, I'm not sure he can do that. There's a lot of these pure progressions say we're always going to start here. We're going to try to draw bodies with us to that side, and then when we come back to this side, somebody will be freed and open because he's reading your eyes. To me, at the end of the day, the bottom line is, okay, I've got 3 receivers over here. They've got 2 defenders. I'm going to win over here no matter what. Doesn't matter what I do with my eyes. As long as I get to the right guy, I'm going to win. And again, he gets back here to the check down and he gets to the right guy here. But to me, I just like playing the game faster. And I don't like being stuck with, hey, if everything's equal and I'm not sure, go ahead and pure progress it and go 1, 2, 3, I guess 4, 5, just depending on the timing of those things. Go ahead and do that. But when it's not even and you got a numbers advantage, go work your numbers advantage and play the game faster. The other one, you got to go all the way to one side with your eyes, and then you got to work back and figure out what they're doing to the other side. Man, I'm a pick a side guy, find your numbers, read it out, get the ball out of your hands. Okay, so here's another one that I wonder with pure progression. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run a bench route with JJ, Justin Jefferson. Then we're going to run my pinch concept here. Okay, so I think we'll have a check down over here, and then we'll have a check down underneath this. So if I'm reading this, what I'm doing is, hey, I love this concept up the top. It's good against every coverage. I'm thinking I'm going there no matter what, unless I get the one-on-one that I like down here. Okay, that's how I read the full field. If I get the advantage that I want on the bottom, I can stay there, make the game easy, and read one-on-one. If I don't get it, I'm going to go and read my concept up top. Okay, so JJ comes down here to the right. Okay, and his eyes are on the right the whole time. So to me, if your eyes are on the right this long, then you got to stay there. There's no chance you're going to be able to get back and read this out because you see how far into this thing this top concept already is. So if you're going to stay there that long, okay, I want you to stay there. They've got a back that's trickling out underneath it. So once you've come to this side and you realize this guy's taking away the bench route, just stay there. Stay there and get your check down, okay? Because we know why we're not throwing it, okay? So there's your check down. Here it comes. Just stay there. This guy took it away. Let's replace him with our check down and take what we can get, okay? Now, if you come back and you see, like I see this, oh, he buzzes hard underneath it. Forget it. I am back to the front side and I am going to read this guy right here. I'm going to have my in and my shallow off of number 58 right there. So now I come back here, 58 gets a whole bunch of depth. My read would take me there and he gets there, okay? He's just late through the entire process here to be able to throw this. His eyes are too long on the bottom. Is that because he's slow reading this? Is it because he's stuck here? And if he is, no problem. We do that. Sometimes you come back, you think you got what you want off the corner. The guy buzzed underneath it. Just stay there and read out the concept. If this is because it's pure progression, now we're putting him in a bind because he's stuck here too long. And again, this is one of my problems with pure progression. This route is a 7-step route. This route is a 7-step route. So how in pure progression can I possibly wait to see if this bottom route comes open and still be on time to the top route if the timing of the two are exactly the same? Answer is you can't, okay? So I don't really know how you play it if you've got to wait to see if this guy comes open and then work accordingly because you're already too late on the in route. And you see, there's a possible shot for the in route here, but he just doesn't get there in time to be able to read it out. So he's stuck, go right to the check down. And again, you're going from one side to the other. So when he turns back here, you see, as soon as he turns, his arm is ready to throw it as soon as he turns. So it's also hard to be able to see what's going on over here and then turn really quickly and verify what's going on the other side that quickly to be able to make the right decision. He's just turning and saying, man, I've been holding this ball long enough. I got to get it out of my hands. So I just got to let it go to the check down because that's the first thing I see. And once again, I can't verify that any of these things are because it's pure progression. I just know they do run a lot of pure progression type stuff. I don't know what they allow a guy to eliminate beforehand. That to me, if I was playing in a pure progression system, I would be able to eliminate things. I come back to look at that bench route and that backer goes underneath it, boom, gone. It's gone right now. Even though it was supposed to be a progression, I am not waiting for it to see if it comes open. I am off of that and back to the front side as fast as I can. Okay, he does a nice job here on the naked. Keep playing this out, keep playing this out. Let his guy run past the flat defender. Nice ball. Right on him on the sideline. Okay, so good job right there. All right, so we're going to come out here and we're going to run, this is what I just call a corner concept. Okay, so we're going to come out, we're going to run a corner route, and then we're going to run an out route. Okay, and so ultimately what it becomes is just a high-low off of this corner over here against cover two. It's a cover two beater. Okay, and this turns out to be a great throw and a great catch right there, but dangerous in every facet. Okay, and one of the reasons that, and again, I'm all about details, okay? I'm all about details. I want you to see where Justin Jefferson is running this corner route from, okay? He's in a tight alignment, okay? When we used to run it, we used to run it where the landmark for the guy was, inside edge of the numbers to maybe 1 yard inside of the numbers, okay? So if he was in an outside position, he would do what we would call a seam release. If he was in this inside position, he would do a burst release to get to that same spot. Okay, Kurt, why is that important? It's important because we are trying to high-low this corner. Okay, so if my corner route, Justin Jefferson here, was out here even with this corner and then running the corner route, what it does is it allows me the ability as a quarterback to throw this out to the sideline and force that cornerback to play width and depth. All right, we see where the corner is right now. The corner is playing right there on the numbers. If Justin Jefferson is right there on the numbers and then breaks out, I have the ability as a quarterback to throw it over here, and I have to force the cornerback to turn and spin and make this play. You see right here, he doesn't have to play width. He plays depth. And again, we are throwing it outside of him, and that's what gives us the opportunity to complete this right here. But you see how tight it is. I want to throw the ball over here. So if that corner is playing in there by the numbers, he's got to spin his back all the way around to try to make a play on the ball, and it's harder for him to do that. Okay, and so here it's tough because what happens is the corner is playing leverage on both of these, because that's the other part of it. I want to get this flat guy outside the corner as fast as I possibly can. The longer I stay inside of him, and obviously the longer both guys stay inside of him, the more he can play both. He's got leverage on both of these guys. So as a quarterback, you can't throw the underneath one because the corner's sitting outside of him, and so he can pick it off. So you're forced to kind of go to the deeper one, but because he's pushed so far inside, now the corner has the opportunity to play both, and it takes a perfect play, a perfect catch to make this happen. Whereas, man, go right now. Get to the flat right now, because what that does is it forces this guy to make a decision. If he turns his hips and goes flat, now he can't get back here to cover the corner. Details, spacing, all of the stuff, timing, all of that stuff is critical. So you're not making really, really tough plays like this, and it's a great throw. And again, you see these, you got these moments of the great throws that excite you, but that concept could definitely help him out and make it easier on him. So, you know, that again, that was a dangerous throw to me because of how the spacing worked out there. Could have very easily, if you were a little bit off on the throw, been another interception. All right, so here's another one, okay? It's kind of that same play. We're going to come out here and run the shake route, and then we've got the pinch route over here. I don't know if somebody's going here to that spot right there, okay? So we're going to come out and we're going to peek the one-on-one. No problem, okay? Now, when I come back and peek, I see this corner just squatting there. He's just squatting at 10, 12 yards, okay? And we're going to try to run this bench route around him. That's dead. As soon as I don't see him back up and leave and give me the one-on-one that I want, it's dead. I'm getting back over here again to read my in and my underneath. And again, I'm not a huge fan of these chips right here either, okay? So you see the chip, okay? So again, this is what I talk about. So we're chipping the hot guy. And what I mean by the hot guy is you're going to see, we're going to chip this guy and then nobody's going to block him. So we chip him and then we let him go. And he's coming free at the quarterback right here, and we don't really have an answer for it. I would rather just say, hey, if we're not going to block you, just get out. So if this guy comes, I'm just going to replace right here. So I just want you to watch that. We chip him, and then we let him go. And look at him. If JJ has to hold this longer and decides to come back to the front side, what's going to happen? He's going to be crushed by this guy that we blocked with this guy who doesn't get out and doesn't give me a quick throw, and I'm going to be crushed by him, and I have no understanding of why we're doing this. Now, I have no problem if we're going to come out and block him with the tackle, and so we're just going to chip him and then release, and we have somebody to block him. But when he's the guy that's going to be the free guy, why are we chipping him with the guy that we need to replace him, right? Because it double negative. Right? We're not blocking him, so he's going to end up hitting our quarterback, and we're not getting out to give the quarterback an easy, quick throw to throw. Okay, but again, I would want JJ back to the front side over here, and then we would read it to the front side. Okay, we're clearing out here, going to have a shot at this big end, or we're going to replace underneath here. Obviously, I'm assuming he's not going to get hit because we're going to actually block this up, but here he's probably going to get hit if he does that. But he stays too long on the bench, and with an unfavorable look by the corner. And so we're stuck with just another wasted play. And to me, it's like, okay, you see it, don't like it, get back to the front side right now, give yourself an opportunity. Instead, we're just getting stuck on a guy, and we're almost wasting a play because we don't get the look that we want. Is it JJ getting stuck, not working through his progressions fast enough? Maybe. Is it pure progression? Hey, you need to look at this, and if it comes open, throw it. If it's not open, then work back to the other side. That's making him play slow if that's the case. So one of the two things is true. I don't know which one it is, but it's got to get better. And again, one of the reasons why I don't like pure progression, because it makes a quarterback play slow. They're waiting to see if something comes open before they get back to the other side. When they get back to the other side, they still have to verify what the coverage is, so they can't play fast. It's one of the reasons I don't like it. Okay, here we're going to run kind of a post wheel and in wheel combination over there, and we're actually going to run it. Oh yeah, we're going to run it to that side. So we're sitting here waiting for it. I would love to see something, and maybe the back is supposed to do that. Get out here in front of it or something here, because the problem is we're going to read over to this side, and then we have nothing coming for us in that direction to be able to dump the ball to. Because as I'm coming out here, okay, I'm really trying to read this guy, the flat defender. He turns and carries. I'd like to have something, and again, maybe it was the back who had to help right here underneath it, so I can just say, hey, that guy carries, let's replace it, let's make the game easier right here, and we don't really have that. And like I said, you see the back coming over. He's got to block his responsibility. That could be part of the problem there. But nowhere for JJ to go. Nobody open right here. Needs to get back to his check down, but just runs out of time. And again, this is another one too where I'm looking at it and going, okay, come back. Do you have that or don't you have it? Probably not, because of this. Okay, now get your eyes here, and once that guy carries, find your check down. Whatever it is. I don't know why he's looking here so long. He's got to speed up this process. Even if that check down is this guy dropping out from the other side. Okay, you're off that right now. Get your check down. Get to your check down. Get to your check down, and find a way, worst case scenario, throw it at your check down's feet and save this yardage and this sack right here. Okay, so here's another one. All right, so we're going to run some sort of double move go route right here. Okay, and then we've got 4 receivers we call 4 strong over here. Okay, so what pure progression teams teach is always take your eyes to this guy first. Okay, and then we're hoping that we can uncover one of these guys over here, and then we're going to run what I call a sled, a swing lead over there to that side. But always look to the left first and then work to your right. Again, not a fan. Once they roll this safety over the top and they have a 2-on-1 here, this is dead. It's dead. And the problem is, again, once you do this and take your eyes here, then you've got a pure progress back basically to go 2, 3, 4. Okay? And it's too slow. It's too hard to get all the way back there on these plays. So you see, look how long he's over here. And there's no reason to be, because there's a safety help over the top. You're not going to throw this one-on-one go route ever. Okay, but if I get back to the front side, okay, if I go to the front side right now, I would read this outside in, but even if you read it inside out here, okay, now we're reading this guy really. That's the guy we're reading on this play. If he stays tucked in here on the curl, we're just going to kick it out here to the swing, and we've got a lead guy in front of him. If he takes off to the swing, now we can replace behind him to the curl. But because we're stuck so long on the backside, we get to one guy on the front side. He's not open, wants him to be open. Micah Parsons is in my lap. I've got no chance when here's the throw right there. We got a lead blocker on one guy. That's our completion to that side. But because of pure progression, that means we got to get to our number 4 read on a play to get to him. If I X this off as soon as I see this safety there, and again, I would read it outside in, and so this would actually become my first or second read. But even if we did that, then it would only be the 3rd read, so to speak, that we'd have to get to, and we can speed the game up instead of taking another sack when we've got an opportunity out in front of us. Okay? And again, I'm a details guy, I'm a details guy, I'm a details guy. We're going to run a curl, and we're going to run an out right here. So the idea is to isolate the flat defender on this particular play. Okay? So as we come out, I just want you to watch. Okay? Who's a flat defender? This is a flat defender right here. We want to isolate him, okay, out here. Does he go out to take the out? Does he drop back to take the curl? And we want to work opposite him. But I want you to watch what Green Bay does right here. They're able to jump this with the corner. So it's the right decision off the flat defender who stays tucked inside. We're going to take the out. But the corner is able to jump this and is the one that actually makes the tackle. Okay? Why is that? Okay? Why is that? Well, to me, again, it's little details. I want this curl to attack the corner. Okay, attack him. Instead of just going straight up, okay, so I end up inside of him, I want to attack him. Now, I still want to stay inside leverage, but I want to attack his inside number and widen just a little bit. Why do I want to do that? Because when I attack him, I'm attacking his responsibility, which is the deep area of the field. If I go inside of him, he releases me because he's got help inside. He's not as worried about covering me or dropping back because he knows he's got help inside. So that's what allows him to come off on the flat. Okay? Now, if I'm running at him, widen, widen, attack, 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 he's got to respect me the whole time. He's got to back up and respect me in case I run by him. And now we're opening up this a little bit more. So when we complete it, you're going to see when we complete it, boom. Well, I guess I thought that was the first down sticks, but we're actually in the second long situation. But anyways, if we hold him off and we make a good throw, again, JJ leaves this ball inside, makes a good throw, we get a chance to turn the corner and pick up some extra yards right there. Ball's back behind, but we allow the corner to, again, kind of play both, midline it all, and come up and break on the flat, which he shouldn't be able to do. Details matter, people. Details matter. Little things make a huge difference. All right, here we are with that concept again. Okay, we're going to run the bench. We're going to run this, and then we're going to get underneath again. Okay, and once again, you get the same look. Okay, you got a buzz look underneath it. This guy buzzes hard out there. Okay, let it go. Get off of it. If you're going to stay there, I think Aaron Jones here is trying to get out. But if you're going to stay there this long, then just work to your check down to that side. Otherwise, get off it right now. The look is gone. I mean, look at him. It's holding. And now we're finally back to this side, and this guy's already breaking in. And again, this is going to be our throw right here. Okay, he finally gets there, but you got to come back and verify it, which is really, really hard to do when you're looking at to the left this long. Okay, so that's why I'm saying here, just stay there and dump it to your back right there. Okay, might not get the first down, I don't know, but if you're stuck this long and this guy drops this deep, give it to your back and give him a shot. But we get to the other side, and again, it's hard for us. Like if I was there right now, okay, I'd know as soon as my guy gets out here, I'm dumping it to him and we're going. I would know that. But when you get back here late, you're caught and you're stuck, okay, trying to verify, trying to see what I got. And now I got to get late to my check down, and then it becomes a flip. And by that time, instead of putting it on him and letting him catch it and get going, we flip it to him and it's late and all these guys rally to it and we've got no chance. And I'm not sure he's making the first down anyways, but we're just playing too slow because of all of this. So, again, some part of this is forcing him to play slow. Whether he's playing slow and has to speed this process up, and that's what's really hurting him, or whether the scheme is forcing him to play slow, and they've got to do something different to speed that up so he can get through his things faster and give his team a better chance to play. Okay? So this one here, we're going to fake the toss. Okay? We're going to have basically a double go and a swing here. Okay? So double go. We get a double go and we get a safety high over the top, okay? Read the safety. What does he do? Does he stay tucked inside? Get it outside. Does he go outside? Get it inside, okay? So that's the first part of the read, okay? So we see it. There he is. He's outside, okay? He goes outside. Second part of the read is, okay, once I see that movement, I get to the guy opposite him. So it's the inside seam right here. And you see the carry again. You see this guy is carried 10, 12 yards deep. Kick it right here. Okay, that's the play. That's the play. Now, pressure's coming, okay? So, but it's just got to be faster. Toss, see the safety, okay? See the carry, and then kick it out. And again, this one, probably not a good example. Micah wins pretty quickly. I'm not sure he gets there, but this whole process, again, faster, faster, faster. Safety here, read this guy, kick it to your swing. If your safety goes there and this guy stays down, here's your throw right there in the seam, and we're rolling. Just another sack right here. And again, combination. I don't think that one's as much on JJ. That happened really fast. But I'm just trying to show you a theme of what I see, that the game has to be played faster at the quarterback position for Minnesota right now. Okay, so here it is again. It's similar play. I'm not sure what they're doing on the backside. Looks like maybe a stutter go. Here, stutter, go. Then, same thing, pinch. Same play. Now they're going to check here and bring this guy in a shallow so we get our high-low. Okay? Once this safety goes over the top, that play's dead. We have no chance to hit a double move. We're never going to hit a double move with that safety going over the top. Yet, here we are back, and look at how long he's looking. I mean, he never even gets back to this side. And again, pressure happens, but this should be, right now, I'm gone. That's gone. This guy takes this away. My eye should be back here right now. And then with quick pressure happening, I know where my check down is. So when all of this happens, okay, even as he goes to buy time right here, find your check down. Know where your check down is. Know where it's coming from. You got to buy time. Drop it to him. Get it to him. Find the completion. Know where your guy is and going to be so you can get some positive plays on these things and not this. Right, I think he gets out of the end zone right here, but man, is it close. Now here, I'm just, okay, pressure, buy time. Buy time. Throw it away at his feet if you can't complete it to him. But you see all the space there. Just got to buy time knowing where that's coming from. Now, the other thing that I will say is we've seen on a lot of these, we're chipping. Is JJ stuck? Because we're chipping so much that he's not sure if these guys are getting out and going to be available to him. So he doesn't want to sit back there and buy time and all of a sudden they don't get out, which could be a feasible possibility too. And it's why I don't like checking everybody, and especially because this check right here, okay, we check to the backside, and I understand why. I understand the front is good. But the problem is if we're going to check and then we want to try to throw this in, we're never going to get this guy underneath this defender to make him read it. We're making it easy on the defense by doing these things. Well, Kurt, what do you do differently? Well, here's what you have to do. If you need to chip on these situations, so you need to chip here, and you need to chip here, and you want to run this combination, what do? You got to bring this guy, the other guy that's not blocking, underneath on the shallow. You have to do it because you have to make this a viable option for your quarterback. It's not a viable option to give him a route that needs an underneath element and not give him an underneath element. It's bad football. It doesn't give the quarterback a chance. And you might say, well, I'm giving him a chance by protecting him. No, you're not. You're just prolonging the inevitable. If you're going to chip everybody for him and not send anybody out, the defense is always going to have the advantage, and they're going to take advantage of it like this, right? JJ, we're chipping for you. Okay, where am I throwing it? Not to this guy, not to this guy, not to this guy. Appreciate you chipping for me, but eventually they're going to get there, and I've got nowhere to go with the football, and this is the kind of stuff that happens. As you can tell, I get frustrated. I'm very protective of my quarterbacks and giving them an opportunity. I love KOC too. I love Kevin O'Connell and the things that he does and what he's done in this league. This is the kind of stuff I can't figure out. And I can't figure out how we feel this gives this guy the best opportunity to succeed when we're doing those kinds of things. Okay, I understand. We got to give him time. We got to protect him better. Okay, then we've got to build plays that allow the protection and the concept to work for the quarterback. One or the other just does not work. Okay, so good read right here. We're just going to run basically what looks like a choice route right here. When you get this into cover two, okay, safety high over here, cover two, you got to read the corner. Okay, does the corner widen? Does he turn his eyes with this go route? If so, we got to hit this quickly in the hole, which is kind of what he does here. Again, a little bit too much hesitation for me. I'd like to see him just get back there, see the corner widen, boom, put it on Adam Thielen right there. Adam's doing a nice job of settling in that hole, and we get there. Another drop pass. But again, I think part of it is because Adam's like, throw it. I know there's a corner outside of me. Throw it to me. Give it to me. Give me the ball. Get me the ball faster so I can play. But he gets to the right spot. Just need speeding up, speeding up, speeding up. All right, so again, pressure gets home. Again, got to get the football out. But again, this is kind of tough to me. Okay, so just look at where we're at right here. JJ's at the top of his drop. Pressure's coming, and this is the picture that we get. Like, I don't know. I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't know the details. Yes, it's 3rd and long, so maybe we're trying to get there. But here's what I see as the combination. Okay, so I see kind of a clear out post right here, or a post over the top. I see Justin Jefferson trying to run an over right here. I see Naylor, who I would want to get over here in between the hash and the numbers and hook right here. But I see him going up deeper and getting in this window, which all it does is take another guy deeper, and it clogs up everything. But I'd like to see him get to that hook area on the backside. And then I would like to see my chip get to the flat. Okay, so then ultimately what I'm doing is I'm going to read this backside safety. If he stays down, then I can try to get the post over the top. But what I'm expecting is for him to get depth. And then once he gets depth, what I get is I get to work these 2 linebackers. Okay, if either one of them drops and gets depth, I just replace underneath them. I replace Naylor with the hook. If the inside backer drops, if the outside guy drops, then I replace with the flat to the outside. And yes, I might not be able to pick up 3rd and 20, but getting everything down the field to try to get close to the first down marker leaves you this. I mean, that's what your quarterback is seeing at this point. Like, that does me no good. Again, if Naylor, instead of there, is right here, does this linebacker jump up on him and give me this window right behind him? Maybe. If not, then we throw it to Naylor and we get what we can get. But by putting him that deep, of course the defender's going to be that deep. And now the defender's too deep for me to try to throw this over route to Justin Jefferson. Again, not saying I would get the over route, but I'm trying to do things to get these guys to jump up. Okay, so I got to put somebody underneath them, get them to jump up, and that's what gives me the over. When we put everybody deep, they're just going to go deep, and they clog everything up, and it leads to another sack. And then right here, just throw it to them. Like, throw it to your back, throw it away, do something, but we can't just keep holding the football and taking these sacks. We've got to get rid of the football. Okay, this turns into another interception. Okay, so they're going to run basically double curls both sides. Okay, double deep curls. Deep curl, flat, flat, over the ball. Okay, so as you come back, quarterbacks, what I will always tell you is always go to the soft corner side. Don't go to the rolled corner side. Okay, the rolled corner side, if it is cover 2, we don't necessarily want to curl against that anyways, because they've got players to take away the flat and the hook without making a move. But even if it's not cover 2 and that guy's chasing, there's a better chance that we leave that corner underneath us, which we don't want obviously on a curl, than attacking the off corner and reading it out there. So with that being said, JJ comes off of this and he's looking in this direction. Stay there. Stay there. Like, there's no reason not to stay there. We've got our curl flat and we've got this defender that we're reading. Take away the curl, take away the flat. Only one guy on this whole side of the field that can take it away. Okay? Get back. Okay? Now step up hard, knowing that you've set the point. Step up into that pocket. We got a pretty solid pocket up here. Okay? But keep your eyes there. No need to go to the right and then work back to the left. Why? And again, is it pure progression? Are we telling him, hey, peek right? It's not open. Work back to the left. The concept works for you to the right. Stay to the right. Stay to your initial read. And again, I like stay to the corner offside, and you're going to get one of these. Okay, so step up. You see it right there. I think he's going to be able to throw the curl. Like, look at this curl. Ugly. I mean, that's terrible. because the guy's underneath him. This curl, we're in great shape. Okay, if you feel he's too deep, then we'll throw it here, and we probably got a shot to get to the first down here. But why do we start right and have a perfect look and then work back to the left? And again, the pressure gets to him, knocks it out of his hand, gets intercepted right here. Kind of a crappy play because I think he was just working. Actually, I don't know. It looks like he's working back to the curl. Maybe he's working to the check down. I don't really know. But I just need to know why. Why are we not staying to the best look side, to the side we started out? And because we have a perfect look for one of these throws, stay there, and instead it becomes another interception. Okay. So basically, same concept, same idea, okay? That we're going to run, okay? We're going to run a wrap and a swing. Over here, we're going to run a curl, an influence, and then we're checking here. I don't know why we're checking there, because again, if we're going to run a curl out here, we want somebody in the flat. Curl flat is what we want. We don't want them going back inside. We want to pull the flat defender out there, okay? Now, I can understand he gets a cover 2 type look to the backside. So you don't like curls against cover 2. So if we thought it was cover 2, I get it. We're going to work back here. We don't have the wrap because they're playing more of a man. Just throw your swing. I can live with it. But again, you see him peek to the left side, okay? But something takes him away from the left side. I'm not sure what it is, but again, I don't like this. If we're going to go here and then we've got a curl here, we're leaving both guys in the window of the quarterback's throw, and so we make it easier on the defense to cover both of them. But I have no problem with, hey, cover 2, don't like the curl. I'm going to work back to the wrap. They carry the wrap. Let me kick the swing. I can live with that read. And again, we're playing fast, okay? So he peeks front side, verifies something, doesn't like it, gets to the backside, sees the look, gets the ball out of his hands. Okay, that's some winning football. All right, so I'm gonna run my favorite plays over here, Poco, okay? So it's a post or a go with a corner and a flat, and then we're gonna run the big in back here, and back should be checking out underneath, okay? So he gets a kind of 2 look to the front side, okay? So with that 2 look to the front side, I would do the same thing. A lot of times I'm gonna come back here to my big in and my check down and read off of this guy. Now, again, we've been spending all of our time chipping. So if that's something we're going to do, I want my quarterback to know that and say, hey, we're going to chip on the backside. So when we chip on the backside, we're not going to be able to influence this backside guy enough to probably make that throw most of the time. And if I know that we're going to chip on the backside and we've kind of called that chip, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to stay front side with my read, and I will just read this corner high-low out here, okay? So you see he comes back to the in, and he's got no real chance to get the in because this guy's gotten so much depth, and you see the back is in here helping everybody else. We've got nothing back here. Again, my quarterback is in a bind, needs to know, are we chipping? Will my guy get out? Do I have the opportunity to go backside, okay? So if I stay front side, you see this corner, drops back to cover the corner route. We got a shot to just drop this underneath, 2 more flat, and we're rocking and rolling right there, and we're at least getting a completion and probably moving the chains. Okay, it becomes a scramble, makes a play, gets the first down anyways. But you see how hard we're making the game. Okay, this one's a bummer here with the protection. We basically are just running double 7 pumps with the guy down the middle. All right, so in this particular case, again, we're looking for the off corner. They're going to end up rolling up here, so I'm off of that one. I got what I want down here with Justin Jefferson on the 1-on-1 7 pump. As you watch it play out, little lean, boom, oh, he's got him. We got our shot right there. Now, unfortunately, okay, here, we don't chip, okay? Why not? Like, now here's one where these guys are running deep. We don't need a flat. We don't need it. Take a little extra second. Chip, take some extra time. You guys are fully outlets on this one because I'm taking a shot down the field. I don't need you in the route concept for any reason, right? Pulling a flat defender down does not help me with the 7 pump. So this one, it's like chip, extra chip, take extra time, take your time, give me a shot down the field. Instead, now we're going to run by the defensive end who gives me pressure, and now it forces me to check it down. So again, it's piecing it all together and understanding why or why not. Why do we chip our guy? Why can we chip our guy? When is it important? When isn't it important, right? When do we need to get him out? When can we leave him in a little bit longer? All of those details are so important to give ourselves the best chance to succeed as an offense. Okay, so here's the final interception. So I like it at least here, where again, I don't know if the same kind of thing, but they go here, they roll here, and he goes, forget it, I'm done. I'm not going to that side, I'm reading back to this side right now. Perfect, good, I like it. So at least we have some timing here. Okay, so we have some timing here. Now, this is tough, okay? It's a tough throw, trying to get it over the top. It's tough because what you see is this guy here is kind of slow playing this, and he wants to come off and help on the end as well. So it's tough to get it up and down. Plus, the other thing we need to realize, they're down late in this game, and so he's trying to make a play, and these things happen. You got to make tighter throws, overthrow it just a little bit, okay? The other thing I would say, and again, to me, details are very important. With this in here, okay, you'll watch where his width is. He pushes up, and he stays basically on the inside of the numbers, okay? Now, why is that important? Because we've got this guy right here, and this guy's trying to midline it. From inside the hashes, he's trying to midline it. When we would throw the big in route, we would always say, this ball is to be completed 2 yards inside the numbers. Okay, but I need my receiver to be wider if I'm going to throw it 2 yards inside the numbers. But if I'm throwing it 2 yards inside the numbers, so completing it 2 yards inside the numbers, I've got a chance because this ball would already be out, and I would have a chance to complete it, and this guy would never have a chance to get there. If I'm not going to throw this ball until I get into the hash, this guy now has the ability to carry and come off and play both of these. But it initially starts because you see we never get that width as a receiver. I would want to get width here. I would want to push and then dip inside that corner, stay 2 yards outside the numbers, carry that to my full depth, and so the quarterback can throw it, and now we got a chance to catch it wider, and we have a chance to hit this, and that Mike backer should never really take away that in route unless he pushes with width to get out there. And if he pushes with width, then we should have a better opening for this guy going down the middle. Now, ultimately, right, this guy gets enough depth that maybe in a normal situation, this would be the completion that we would have right there, and it would get us the first down, and we could live with that. Okay, no problem. Here, he's got to push it down the field, and this is the kind of stuff that leads to interceptions. Again, this to me, not a horrible decision. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to make a play. It's going to be a tough play no matter what, but we're down 23-6. Got to make a play anyways. Who cares if we throw an interception? Because we got to give our team at least a chance. So I like that part of it. Hey, I'm going to attack. I'm not going to be gun shy. I'm not just going to keep throwing checkdowns. Now, if checkdown's the only thing to throw and there's no chance to get anything else, again, you got to play the play and take the check down. But if there's some semblance of an opportunity on a play down the field, I'm with you. We take it, we give it a shot, and we just happen to miss right here. All right, so that's what I see with J.J. McCarthy. He's got to play the game faster. Scheme, personally, whatever it is, we've got to play the game faster because we're playing behind the 8 ball right now, and it looks like it, as he's trying to play catch up, and it's leading to a bunch of bad decisions. I think the scheme in a lot of situations can help him as well, and that's going to be important moving forward as well.